I felt like, wow, I want to be a part of a community, not just like-minded individuals, but people who will challenge me to grow in the ways that I feel like I'm lacking. I learned so much from so many different people. And I'm also in new spaces that I couldn't get into before, especially not just for myself, but for the business, for Kelby, introducing us to a lot of the bigger players in the city.
Welcome to Rotaract on the Road. We're sharing some of your best young entrepreneurs in the city of Birmingham that just so happen to serve in Rotaract.
Portia,
We're back.
we are back. Welcome to another episode of Rotaract on the Road.
Rotaract on the Road.
Today we have one of my favorite people in Birmingham.
Ooh,
Pressure is
thank you.
on, but I wouldn't say it if it were not
Walking
true.
in now, officially.
Who's with us today, Portia?
We have Jarrod with KMD.
Thank you. I'm
well,
happy
How
to
are
be
you
here.
today?
I'm doing great. Recovery from a half marathon. For some reason, I played pickleball on Wednesday, and it made everything worse. So I really, but the drive to win is just there.
But you're here.
But I'm here. I'm
Yes.
right now.
You
So
are
catch your
here.
breath, sit back, relax. But before you get too relaxed,
Okay.
we
No, for
have
sure.
some questions.
Okay, let's do it.
Rotaract Rapid Fire.
Okay,
4 questions.
Okay.
First thought that comes to mind. Go.
Coffee or tea?
definitely coffee. I'm at call like every other day.
Every day.
Yeah,
Early mornings or late nights?
late nights. I do my best work at night. Like
wow. Okay.
Batman, Batcave.
Hence,
you know?
you're not responding to my early morning emails.
Okay.
now I see.
One word to describe entrepreneurship.
Hustle.
Okay. One word to describe Rotaract.
Community.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
Hey.
All right, so we know you, but let's let the people know you.
Okay, cool.
Let
Tell
people
us
know.
about who you are and what you are building as an entrepreneur right now.
Okay, cool. So Jarrod Stisher, with KMD, I'm really building stories. It's all about storytelling, video production. I host networking events through KMD, building up small business founders. Very big in the startup space. So some of these people don't really have like a lot of money to put towards, marketing, budgets, really high production value. So we try to make it as easy as possible for them to tell their story while they trust us with it, right?
I love it.
Yes. So what is your biggest business challenge that you faced early on? And how long have you been in business with KMD?
Okay, so we started it about a year ago. My co-founder, Kelby, he is 18. It was really funny because he had actually reached out to my mom. He was doing the videos and photos for my brother's basketball team. I guess he saw me on Instagram or LinkedIn, asked my mom if I could have his number or he could have my number. He shot me a call. I hosted an event with Birmingham Women in Technology, and he came. I wanted to see how he could do. He did great, and we've been working together since. So KMD, and it's also like, I can see the hustle in him.
Mm-hmm.
He was 17 at the time. He just needed a backer. So he does a lot of the creative. I do a lot of the strategic, and I bring him into everything, especially my Tech Birmingham events. Anytime I have an opportunity right now to go ahead and make him a member for in-kind services. So like when I'm talking or when Dion's talking, he could just come and follow us around and get a media badge at Sloss Tech. He did that last year, and I was like, look, you and Noah, his other friend, I gave them media badges, and they came to the VIP parties. They were taking all these pictures with drones. Like, they had a great time.
That's good.
I love how, as a young entrepreneur yourself, you're already paying it forward to help other young entrepreneurs. And I've seen that in you in many ways. I can imagine, though, on your journey of entrepreneurship, you have had lots of lessons, maybe made 1 or 2 mistakes.
Yes,
Just one.
definitely.
Just one, I'm sure.
Look,
Can you tell us about one of those mistakes and some lessons that still stick with you today?
I would say that we had an opportunity, long story short, for a big co-working space that we were working on. And one of the things we did, before something really big happens, you should just not talk about it. That was
I agree.
that.
You should say that one more time.
Yeah,
That is
look,
like a word to the wise.
Just keep it on the low
Mhm.
until the deal is done. And basically, I think the other group got wind of what we were trying to build. And I think their whole mindset was, wow, that's a great idea. Maybe we could do that. And the whole thing fell apart.
Oh, Jarrod.
I mean, it's okay. That would have been, the 10,001 thing I have to worry about. So for the best and for the growth of both myself and Kelby, it was a lesson learned that we keep it very on the low now for every big endeavor until it's
Everything.
released.
Okay, so let's dive into Rotaract.
Okay, cool.
For those who don't know, Rotaract Club of Birmingham develops young professionals to be actively engaged in building a better community, region, and world.
Right.
So how did you first hear about Rotaract, and how did you expect Rotaract to play into your entrepreneurship journey?
So I would say I have a lot of friends in Rotaract. The Smoke Sisters,
Of course.
Morgan and Kendall, they were a part of it, and they would bring me as their +1 to a lot of events. So I'm meeting all these cool entrepreneurs, the younger leaders who are going to be the leaders, in 5 to 10 years, 3 to 5 years if you're really hustling.
Yeah.
And I felt like, wow, I want to be a part of a community of not just like-minded individuals, but people who will challenge me to grow in the ways that I feel like I'm lacking. It's great. I learned so much from so many different people. And I'm also in new spaces that I couldn't get into before, especially not just for myself, but for the business, for Kelby, introducing us to a lot of the bigger players in the city.
I love that.
I love it. So, Jarrod, you are sort of here twofold. Yes, you represent Rotaract, but you also represent Prosper.
Yes.
Yeah.
As part
Yes.
of our Community Connectors Advisory Board, not just part of it, as our co-chair.
Co-chair, yes.
And so
yes.
you know how much community means to Prosper as it does to Rotaract. Let's talk about community. When I think about community in levels of people and levels of these people are what I think of when I think of community. You are on that list.
Thank you.
You are everywhere and intentionally,
everywhere.
not everywhere for the sake of everywhere, but everywhere for the sake of intentionally being involved for the greater good of Birmingham. And I love that about you. But let's talk about community for you and how Rotaract in particular, and you can add a little Prosperness in there
No,
if
of
you
course,
dare.
of course.
How that has helped you as an entrepreneur, helped you build your business, helped open doors, and helped you pave the path. Now we see that you're doing for other entrepreneurs.
Yeah, so I do a lot of my own networking events.
Yes, you do.
But yeah, look,
It's
you're
one
gonna
every
get
week.
you're gonna get a blast today about one in April.
I'll take it.
A tech mixer I'm hosting. But being in Rotaract and CCAB, all of these groups, there's people that need to meet each other, and especially with some of these small businesses, there is fragmentation. With the idea that, my product is the best product, I'm going to be heads down, but I'm missing out on the most important part, the buy-in from everyone around us. And I feel like Rotaract and CCAB, of course, create that space where, I have these hustlers, go-getters, I have entrepreneurs trying to meet new players in the city, and it's so much. I host a networking event at maybe a coffee shop. I do a lot of stuff at House 11,
Yeah.
right? And then, for example, Katiana with the BBA, she had reached out. They had their small business intensive, and she saw I was doing an event there. She said, can my cohort come? And I was like, yeah, this is for everybody. Now, we turned it into everyone's shouting out their business, giving out cards, coffee. It's great. Everyone had a great time. And being able to bring Rotaract members who obviously they know the people in the club,
Yeah, that connection.
but they also need to meet other like-minded entrepreneurs that could be an asset to them in this space. So when I send a call out to Rotaract, I send the call out to CCAB, come to this. All my events are usually free. So come grab a coffee or let's get a drink and chat.
Yeah.
And it's not just free, which is important, but you also have philanthropy behind it. I believe in December, didn't you do
Yes.
the coat drive?
Yes.
So why is that important? And how, again, going back to Rotaract, how has that just become a part of who you are and the events that you do where you're thinking forward, of course, but you're also always thinking about giving back.
Yeah. So, with Rotaract, there is a lot of service events,
Yeah.
but a lot of things I can't make or attend because of, other conflicts.
Because your other job.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're always busy.
Yeah. The hustle never stops. The grind doesn't stop.
Never.
The time is now. But, so I kind of came up with the idea. I did it twice. Also, I did it for my birthday, too. Because I was like, my birthday is right next to Christmas. So I was like, hey, I'm having a little birthday party. You don't need to buy me anything, but let's take all these toys, and then we're going to give them back, right?
Yeah.
But for a lot of the Rotaract events I can attend, I just thought, I got with Kim at House 11. I was like, hey, why don't we do a toy drive, food drive, toy drive, clothing drive? It'll be great. She was all for it, and we gave it back to, once again, the Smoke Sisters.
Yeah.
They have a pantry in Midfield called the Leaf Pantry. So, having them, it makes it so much easier. I don't have to do all this paperwork or
Yes.
anything. They came, they had a good time. They just put all the toys and food in their car and took it to the pantry next day.
We hope to get them on soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, they are great. They are a dynamic duo.
They are.
I want this to
They
be on
are.
the record that I said they are great people.
Well, it's on the record.
It is.
So, Jarrod, one thing you shared so much about what you've done, and we see the evidence of your work, but what's coming up? What's in the future? What are you thinking about the next 1 to 3 years? And how will Rotaract and Prosper
Yes.
play a part in the growth strategy for your business?
So one big project we have coming up is called a founder series that we're starting. We're going to be interviewing at least for the first season, 8 to 12 founders, including, Dion, of course, because Lost Tech is coming. So having us I think that's like the most up-to-date thing that we're doing. We're literally shooting our first episode on Wednesday with our friend Dustin, who also does a lot of video production and has his own company, Dustin Massey Studios. But besides that, we're looking at office space. We're looking at, bringing more people on because people are seeing the vision. And like I said, the most important part about what I do is telling the story right. And that includes, we're a big tech startup city, and I do a bunch of tech startup, and I have so many, especially with AI tools, right? I have so many younger, like even Kelby's age, like, hey, I had a really good idea. Could you look at my Lovable app that I built, and do you think this is valid? I'm like, let's do it. Feedback, 5 to 10 minutes. So just even having these younger entrepreneurs ready to start their business, and we can tell the story for that because that's what we're here for, I think giving back. Well, the one thing that I wish I had that I'm trying to obviously, give Kelby back is that I wish I had someone my age, like around then, that could have told me all of these different things, different ways. Like, I wish I could have started early. I think I'm doing great now, but I could have been doing great, like, pretty earlier on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about early on young professionals. So what would you tell someone that would like to become a member of Rotaract? What advice would you give them?
I would say don't be afraid to speak up. I think the biggest piece of advice that I give, like I talked to UAB Women in Tech last week, and I told them, you just have to put yourself out there. Your soft skills are your biggest asset. The one thing I think students, young entrepreneurs, our generation, if you can hold a conversation, you can do anything. Networking is key. Post-COVID, people are craving in-person events. And once they start seeing you in the room, someone is eventually going to say something to you.
Yeah.
If I see you 2 to 3 times per week at the same thing, I'm going to talk to you.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what do you do? Like, why are you here? I know you're a student. And don't be afraid to give back. I literally had one of the students reach out to me on LinkedIn. I just gave him my number, and we talked about, his career trajectory because he's about to start getting into manufacturing and engineering, but his passion is in agriculture tech. So I literally connected him with Javon.
I love it.
Yeah, they can start working on it together because he's already built all these AI apps that help with like urban farm yield. I was like, look, here's Javon's number. Y'all just
I love Javon.
I love it.
yeah. So Don't be afraid to network, speak up, give back when you can, because not everyone is in the position to do that.
I love it. Jarrod, it is always a joy. And I felt like I knew you before, but I feel like I know so much more about you
I appreciate
now.
it. I appreciate
and it's all good stuff. But thank you for joining us on Rotaract on the Road.
Thank you for joining
For sure. Of course.
us.
Thank you for having me. I love it.
People are going to want to immediately
know who you are. And
know
where
who you are and how to reach you.
Hey.
How can they reach you?
So my email is Jarrod@techbirmingham.com. My Instagram, J_Stisha. So J_STISHA. My LinkedIn is Jarrod Stisher. Feel free to reach out. And if you have a cool idea or a business and you want to do something fun, let me know. And give back at the same time.
And if all else fails, they are bound to see you walking up and down,
Yes.
walking or running
Yes.
up and down the streets of Birmingham
Absolutely.
at any time
Coffee in his
of
hand.
the day with coffee in his
Yes.
hand.
Or some of that food from the Pizzazz.
Yes.
There is one place in the Pizzazz and they have these crab rangoons and it is so good.
What
The
place?
Thai
The
place.
Thai place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm a
Thanks
Uno's
for having
Tacos
me.
person myself. Okay, back on track.
Okay.
Thank you, Jarrod
Thank you,
Stisher,
Jarrod.
for joining us
I
on this
appreciate it.
episode. Woo! Glad to have you.
Time is now. I gotta add that in.
Well, that's it. Thank you for joining Rotaract on the Road. Be sure to follow Prosper's YouTube channel so that you can get the best in Birmingham's entrepreneurs, but also find out everything going on with Rotaract and keep in touch through Rotaract on the Road podcast. See you next time.